is up, everyone? My name is Keeyan. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing what the best camera for beginner filmmakers is in 2019. Right here, Panasonic G7. It's the camera that I used to build my filmmaking business. It was the first camera I used for clients, paid work. It is seriously just a beast of a camera and at a really good price. It's been with me since day one. I seriously wouldn't be where I am without this camera. So if you're just starting out, you don't know what camera to buy, there's so many options, you don't have too much of a budget, this is gonna be the camera, in my opinion, that's gonna get you there. So if you wanna hear the details, be sure to tune in to the rest of the video to find out. So let's get into some of the specs for the G7 without taking any quality away, which I'll touch on obviously. Right off the bat, it's a very small camera. I mean, I can grip it the entire thing with my hand. The reason is because it's a micro four thirds. It's a crop sensor, so it's not full frame as you can see right here. I'll show you. Tiny sensor. You can't really see. Tiny sensor. And because of that, the camera, the body itself is super tiny. And on top of that, the lenses are even smaller. So I'm going to show you a few more lenses, one sec. And this is the original design crane that I used. It was a crane 1 or something like that. And it's just so much smaller and more compact than the gimbal I'm shooting on now with the A7 Mark III. And this all kind of ties into just efficiency. I mean, having that small camera, especially when you're starting out, you don't really need that big gear to be like kind of like weighing you down and making it a hassle, because that means you need to get bigger bags. Just more of a struggle when you're starting out. I mean, I could just throw all of this stuff into a bag. I could fit camera, lenses, gimbal, batteries, chargers, drone, controllers, all into one bag. That wasn't even that expensive. With the bag itself was 25 bucks. It wasn't like a crazy bag either. So that all kind of ties into the fact that this is a small camera. That there's benefits to that. It's a really good travel camera, even for people who are not starting out. This is just a really good travel camera overall. So one of the cool things about this camera, you're able to shoot 4K 24 frames per second, 4K 30 frames per second. You don't get any slow-mo at 4K, but you actually do get 60 frames per second at 1080p. Unfortunately, there's no 120 frames per second on this camera. The most you can get is 60 frames per second, which is still really good and useful. So the two cons I would say with this camera are its low light capabilities, not the best, decent, but not the best. And then I would say on top of that, this is probably the bigger one, is the autofocus. So if you're looking for something that's got really sharp autofocus, this is probably not your camera. It really struggles when it comes to getting focus. It's always seeking, it doesn't respond well, it takes a while. So yeah, that was one of the biggest things I was excited for when I upgraded my camera to the A7 Mark III, was the just awesome autofocus that it has. Another huge reason that this is an awesome starter camera is its price point. When we're starting filmmaking, we don't want to invest $2,000, $3,000, even $4,000 getting some high-end Sony or Canon camera and then have to spend money on lenses and in gimbals and stabilizers and filters and all the extra stuff that goes with filmmaking. I mean, there's just so much things that you need to spend money on. You need to be smart and efficient with what you buy. And when you're starting out, I highly recommend the G7 because it's I think it's starting right now. It's starting at $500, although I'm pretty sure you can find it on eBay and places for used even cheaper. Bundles, you can get bundles, and honestly, you could get an entire filmmaking setup for probably under $1,000. I'm talking the body, the lenses, and the stabilizer. I mean, this was like $200, I think, which is really good compared to the $600 I had to get for my current camera. The interface is ridiculously easy to use. It took me just a week or two to get the hang of it. It's nowhere near as complex as the Sony. For some reason, Sony just likes to mess with us, but seriously, this one is just like very seamless. All the stuff is right there for you. It's got its movie mode. It has its movie mode. You can do time lapses. You can do stop motion with this thing. It's incredible. Yeah, so overall, this is the camera that has everything you need to start filmmaking or videography right now, whether as a hobby or business and freelance, especially if you're just trying to dip your toes in. If you're on a budget and can't afford something like the A7 series or a Canon camera, this is the camera for you. I've shot business videos, I've shot music videos, I've shot travel videos, I've shot everything with this camera, and you can just see the quality for yourself. I mean, it's amazing. Honestly, it's super difficult to find something better than this camera. If you do think there's something better than this camera, please comment below. I want to check it out. Anyway, well, that's all I have for today. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. and let me know what you want to learn in the next videos. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you back in the next one. Peace out.